I decided to call her father and ask him for his daughter's hand in marriage. He was shocked. And he says, "Oh, ho, 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 say what? Say it again?" She wanted me.
He wanted me, actually. He stalked me a little bit on MySpace and then moved over to Facebook. Let's see, we met on the campus of Fayetteville State University, August 1999. We were both freshmen. He was a redshirt on the football team, and I tried out for cheerleading and made it. So we just knew each other through, football and cheerleading. One incident.
In the window,
That was funny.
Yeah, it was. Climbing through dorm room. Me and my best friend, Sean Timberlake, who's the best man in my wedding, went through a window at New Residence Hall our freshman year. Just so happened I went through a window. Maria was in that room, but I wasn't going to see Maria. That's another reason that it's ironic that me and Maria are together today, because I went through that window and it wasn't to see Maria. I was actually in there talking to Erica.
So I hadn't seen him since we graduated in 2003. And so at that time, I was just reconnecting with everybody that I graduated with. And he popped up on the suggested friends list. And he was like, "You going to homecoming this year?" That's the opener right there.
Yeah, that was the opener. That pretty much broke the ice. We asked, I think I asked her if she was going, and she said yes. She asked me, Did you say you can't wait to see me, or I said it first?
You said it first. That's what
well, we'll say I said it first, but I'm pretty sure she said she couldn't wait to see me, and I was like, oh, she want me. But, so yeah, we...
I mean, I thought, I was like, oh, look at Andregus.
Yeah. So we...
You looking nice.
On that Friday night, I was standing in the corner, and she walked by, and I tapped her on the shoulder. She came over, gave me a hug. Later on that night, she found me on the dance floor to come dance with me. And ever since then,
yeah,
we've talked or communicated every single day.
Every day.
Yeah.
After the homecoming festivities were over, he was still in town, and I was living in Raleigh. And so he came to Raleigh and he took me out to eat. Where? We went to Chili's.
A great time. She met my brother. He liked her. Also, that weekend we went to the state fair. She's not bashful at all. She ate in front of me, which I enjoyed also. That she was open. She didn't hide who she was, and that's the thing I like about her.
The 3 words I would describe Andregus would be patient, very caring, and humble.
One definitely would be her inner strength. She's a breast cancer survivor, She doesn't use it as an excuse for anything. She doesn't like the sympathy that many gives her. She's very strong. It mirrors my mother and my grandmother. And that's one of the qualities I like about her, is that I can see a lot of my mother and grandmother in her. She's very supportive. Anything I need, anytime I'm in need, I have an issue, she's there. I never have to worry about her supporting me or having my back. Honesty is another one of her great traits, and I really respect that about her. At times, I need to be put in place. If I need an opinion on something, she's there. She's gonna tell me the truth, and I trust that in her.
When I realized I was falling for Drake, it was after Valentine's Day. I was so smitten.
When I realized that I really was feeling Maria, had strong feelings with her, may not even been a year within the relationship. And she stole my heart, honestly. We talked every day. I got used to it. It got to a point. I've been known to have several female friends.
Yeah, female friends.
And it got to a point that she was the one that occupied a lot of space in my mind. And I thought about her a lot, and it got to the point I realized that, you know, she may be the one. She met my grandmother, who fell in love with her, and she loved her. The family loved her. She had great chemistry with my family. We clicked very well. So when I started thinking of her very often, and all the other friends I had no longer were in my mind, I realized this may be the one.
Oh, yes. When I realized I was falling for him, it scared me to death because I felt like it was going fast. But I did not tell him because I didn't want to scare him off. I didn't want to be that clingy girl.
Yeah, it was shocking. As my grandmother said, no, if you can settle down, if you can get married, anybody can. It's a great feeling, a great feeling. It's hard to explain, it's hard to put in words. It's scary at the same time, but it's a great feeling.
I told my mom about Drake in the beginning because she was like my best friend. So we had no secrets, and I told her pretty much everything that I was feeling. So she knew about Drake after homecoming. My dad, I told him about Drake right before I graduated grad school, which was that summer, June of 09. So I told him a couple of weeks before graduation because Drake was going to come to graduation. So I would want to give my dad the heads up.
As you know, we used to call her in school. She didn't know. We used to call her Riri upon talking to each other. He's like, "Word off, Riri." You know, he was shocked. And so when we started actually getting serious, I'll say somewhere close to a year before he realized how serious he was getting, before I actually told him. Him knowing me pretty good, he probably had a good indication that it was getting serious.
Oh yes, we went to Jamaica that summer, 09, to my best friend's wedding. It was really last minute. It was a spare of a moment thing, like, hey, you want to go to Jamaica with me and be my date? I mean, you know, people ask people to be their wedding dates all the time, but it was just a little extra special since it was in Jamaica. So, and I was nervous at first to ask him because he would have been like, Jamaica? That's like some really official stuff right there. But at that time, I just, wanted to see where his head was at. So I asked him.
I was a big shock when Maria asked me if I wanted to go to Jamaica, being that we hadn't been involved with one another that long. And I was surprised that she would ask me to, one, go out of the country, and two, attend her best friend's wedding.
After Jamaica, I think that's when we made it like official that I'm his girl, he's my guy, that sort of thing. And that's the one on that.
Yeah, that's cute.
I see a lot of my mother and my grandmother in her. Supportive, very supportive. She helps me out a lot with my crazy work schedule, coaching, working out. She cooks every day. She works all day long and she cooks. And even on weekends, you know, she may pick, one day she may not cook. And I eat every 2 to 3 hours. That's a lot of meals. And she cooks my meals, she fixes my meal, she has everything set out. She's the rock. She's my rock. When we have a kid, I will have nothing to worry about.
I have a couple of nicknames for him. One would be Pooh Bear, and when I'm texting, it's just usually Pooh. And my other nickname for him would be my stud muffin. He's gonna kill me.
Great legs, it's in her genetics. You know, seeing the pictures of her grandmother, her mother, it runs in the family. And she has great legs. Definitely one of her great attributes, and her beautiful smile. She has a great smile. And it's hard not to look at her and smile yourself, because she normally has a smile on her face. The roughest thing me and Maria have been through together, so definitely has been the passing of her mother. It's been difficult, but also I think my experience that I've been through before has helped a lot. I was actually on the way to football practice when I received an inbox from Maria's cousin, who I've never met, who wanted Maria to call her or call home, and it was very weird that I have never met her and that she would inbox me. So immediately I went across the median, turned around and went home. I actually could hear her crying in the driveway as I got out the car. I took everything I had to hold it in. I had to be strong for her, which I've learned through my experience with my mother. That was one of the biggest things. You had to be strong for one another. And it was hurting me on the inside, especially to see someone you love hurt and suffer was very difficult. During those times, you really realize how important family is when you miles and hours away. And being that Maria solely moved to Knoxville to be with me, it's my duty, it's my job, to be there to support her. So for a while, it's gonna be something that we both have to be able to overcome, and it's gonna be challenging, but that's the hardest moment.
Oh gosh, the proposal. It was on April the 11th.
For months, I have been thinking about when I was going to propose to Maria, how I was going to propose to her.
I was just getting off of work. I was on the phone with my mom, and I came through the door, just yapping on the phone with my mom, just talking, and Drake was at the computer upstairs. And I walked into the bedroom and saw a gift bag on the bed.
The hard part was deciding how, because you always hear the fairy tale proposals, so I had no idea where I wanted to do it or how.
I was like, babe, what's that? He was like, nothing that concerns you. I was like, oh, okay. And then I just kept on talking to my mom. And so I got off the phone and I looked at the bag again. I was like, Drake, what is this? He said, that's DeMonica's. And he was like, no, I'm just playing, that's yours. And I looked at him, I was like, oh, you got me a goodie bag. And so I, opened the bag and I looked in there, and there were, a couple of items in there. And so I was pulling them out one by one. The first one was a California Scents air freshener for the car.
I use California Scents quite often in my car to give it a nice fragrance. Maria always complained that, when I buy one, I never buy one for her cars.
And every time he goes to the store, he never gets me one. I always like get mad because he didn't give me an air freshener for my car. He was like, look, I got your air freshener. They had some this time. I was like, okay, cool. So I put it to the side, and there was a pack of socks. I steal his socks when I go to the gym. He was like, listen, here's your pack of socks. Do not get my socks. So I put it to the side, and there was a pack of gum. He leaves his gum on the dresser. So every chance I get, I steal a piece of his gum, and by the time I realize that I've already eaten all of it. So he was like, listen, I got you your own pack of gum. Leave my gum alone. I was like, okay, cool. So there was a white box at the bottom. It was too big for a ring box, so that wasn't even on my mind. So I just got the box, and I opened up the white box, and then there was a little ring box in there.
Then she see this nice box, and she's like, babe, what is this? And I just smiled, and she opened it,
and I was like, oh my gosh. And so I just looked at him, and he was just still sitting there like everything was just normal.
She just started smiling, like jumping around. She was very happy.
And so he was like, look in the bag, there's a note in there. And so I looked in the bag. I hadn't opened the ring box yet, so I looked in the bag, and there was a handwritten note. And it said, will you be Mrs. Holmes? And he had 3 boxes, yes, no, or maybe.
And I said, you got to check it. You know, and she checks yes.
By this time, I started crying. And so I opened the ring box, and then that's when he came around to the side of the bed, and he got the ring box. And he got on his knee, and then I said, yes, crazy yes. And then he put the ring on my finger, and I was just crying, just uncontrollably. And then I called my mom right back because I had just gotten off the phone with her. And so I called her screaming. Oh gosh, it was so sweet.
Laughter, I think, is underestimated, undervalued in a relationship. We laugh a lot. We actually laugh a lot. It helps during bad times, having bad days, come home, get good laughs in. You want to be around a person you're able to laugh around and laugh with. I think that has helped a lot. Communication. We talk. I said we talk every day. We communicate every day. And those things are 2 of the biggest reasons we've been able to be together.
He loves me unconditionally. Despite my flaws. And he just loves me for me, and I love him for that.
Actually, I don't know what I'd do without her in my life. Seeing her every day, it makes me happy. To think of her makes me happy, makes me smile. When you have that person that constantly is on your mind, whenever you hear that voice, whenever their name comes up, you smile, your heart warms. That's what she does to me. She's always has my back, always. She's a great provider, great supporter. We're a great team. We're a great team. We're not compatible with everyone, and I think we complement each other very well. And it doesn't hurt. She's a big-time Duke basketball fan.
Go Duke.
That's ideal. But she makes me happy. What better way than spend the rest of your life with someone that makes you smile, makes you happy, and talk to about anything. That's pretty much it.
Oh, I love you.